Good morning in there, out there, in there. From in here, out here. Wow. The light is so pretty, really beautiful. And I cleaned out over to, well, you can't see it, but welcome to the Sentimentalist. I'm Mark. Mariana, boy, proud of you. And David, finishing up his radiation, and Annie, who had an incredible heart surgery, even collapsed lungs. What a way to start our day, huh? And sat right over here with a visit. I'm so happy about that. So welcome. What was I talking about? Oh, over here I cleaned out all the brush, and underneath a whole field of myrtle. Small field, but a field nonetheless. A slurp. Need another slurp. Look at this. Do you know what this is? Can you see what's in there? A golf ball. Watch this. I'm gonna get you. Oh, this wonderful guy. We miss him already. Jesse Taylor, he was here. He did floors, tiles, backlashes, the whole new master bathroom. I mean, you name it. And Jesse, and he was so fun to be with. And then he would make these wonderful phone calls. I could overhear him. Just to his family, you know. Hi, Emma. How are you? How's it going? It was really dear. So Jesse gave me this because we go out and, you know, there's, told you 100 times, there's this driving range. I have a little morning throat voice here. And anyway, we found we're easily at a couple hundred golf balls. And so Jesse got me this so I don't have to fall over the trees that are down in the branches and step over them and everything. I can just go like this. And I can get your golf balls. Yeah, look at that. Is that good or what? Or I can use it like this. Good morning, everyone, and we're on location today, so that's why I have this mic. We're covering the Myrtle Field out here that Jack Riddle cleared, and Julie wants it. There's Julie. Yeah! She got it, I tell you. She got it. You know, in my little town, the mayor was a man named Curly McCrum. Curly because he had, every morning he would make a curl come down in the front of his forehead. He was the mayor. And when he finally retired, because we just assumed Curly was going to always be the mayor, but he decided to retire. He left his Christmas lights all year, up around all year too. That was always nice. But they asked him, you know, what he was most proud of as the mayor. And he said, that I got nothing done. Yeah, not big on change. If somebody wanted to do something, he'd go, yeah, go ahead. But he'd never imposed anything. Wouldn't that be something to live in a place where they don't impose everything? We had it's every time it's marvelous. Evening with my workshop people, the landscapers of poetry. Boy, what poems they write. And it just, they're terrific poets. Well, I was pausing there because hard times, and I start off usually with something that everybody says a response to, and last night was if your poem began instead of watching the news and getting all upset, and then we heard all these different ways that people are dealing with living in these days. And I talked about how I profoundly believe that, yeah, I profoundly believe that these horrors that we're living with, including horrible people, of course, evil people, we shouldn't pay attention to them. They're taking us away from what should really matter in our lives. And you know, when you turn 80, you realize, mostly you realize, I wish I had. But you also notice that every morning you go, I'm up, and I'm going to pay attention to what really matters. Really matters. Think about it. It really forces you to what really matters. Jim Alice gave me a birthday present, which is a wooden yogi sitting like this, and a whole bunch of little goats, and you put them up on the yogi. And I wish Julie could get the camera. She's going to make a desperate attempt to show you what this is. And this could be a world record for there it is. See? And the pussy willows, and there we go. And there went the yogis. There went the goats. There went the goats. That was great.
That's just what they do.
They do. They just fall down like that. Yeah. The other thing that happened last night at Landscapes is everybody from all over the country, and well, you know, there's 13 in, and well, everybody was there was some just incredibly sad stories, and so what people in that group are going through is really, oh my, overwhelmingly difficult. Things that take up your whole day or affect your whole emotional life, and they came together, and it just felt like what friendship should be. Julie's now putting the goats back together, and this is one of those things where I'm supposed to be doing this, but over here there's this marvelous wife that I live with and love with, who's distracting me. Oh, she says, by piling the goats, they're going to fall, and no. Don't stop. Oh, keep going. It's fun. It's like you know, old Ed Sullivan keeping the plates going. You're over there, and there's over here, and whatever. We had a turkey fly over the length of the pond. Have you ever seen a turkey fly? It looks like a blimp with wings. You know, it's going across the pond like this, and all of a sudden it gets toward the end of the pond, and it starts like this, and you can hear it. It's going, what was I thinking? Boom! Lands in the top of a tree. Whew, man, I'm not, what was I thinking? Never do that again, that's for sure. The fish are up. It was beautiful. I have a poem today because Julie was out at the end of the dock here and feeding, and they were all coming up, and largemouth bass and bluegill and squid and crayfish They're all, oh my goodness, you know,
Manatee.
coho salmon, what?
One manatee.
And a manatee, yeah. Our totem animal. The fish are up. And, I read a neat phrase by an ancient Zen master. I'll have to read it here. The day does not have to be sunny for us to be cheerful. That's a nice little something to put on. We also had this discussion. Dear member of the group and I got into an argument over Zoom because, she was saying that, you know, Zoom keeps us apart. And of course, it does. But no, it doesn't. I said, well, come on over. For me, Zoom has allowed into our that group people from Traverse City, Farmington Hills, the Berkshires, New Mexico. I'm leaving somebody from, But anyway, you know, otherwise we couldn't be together. I couldn't see them. And I was thinking I'd lost touch with every single person, except maybe two, from my college years that I was really close to. And if way back then Zoom had existed, we would have kept going. I just believe it. And I can't, nobody will do it. And I just, oh man, I'd really like to just see Dixie and Herb and Bob and anyway. You know, this. Our daughter's word, the most important word in the world, was with, because we're always with. And I've really been trying to practice that lately. And you know, everything has a presence to it. It's there. Or it could not be there. And now I'm getting very zen-y, but I really believe those things. And Julie found wild strawberries today on walking Vivi, who I'm very sorry has been very moody the last few days. And I know I'm going to hear from you about where's Vivi. And it's a disappointment to me, so I don't know what her... Vivi, come say hi to the people, come. People want to say hi to you on Thursday morning. Here's a good book to look for. I'll leave you with that. It's called 5 Plant Gardens, and this woman has come up with all these different kinds of gardens you can make with only 5 plants. And it's so helpful because you know what it's like to go to a nursery or get a catalog and you go, holy cow, there's 118 kinds of wisteria. What am I don't know what. She just narrows it down to 5. It's very nice. 5 Plant Gardens. And you can get it on a remainder place for a couple bucks. And our daughter was teaching the elementary kids how to use clay and make animals and things, and they had to end up having a clay hospital. You take it from there. They were trying to make these animals, and they had, there went the leg. So they had to have a clay hospital. Well, it's been arbitrary to be with you this morning. And this is a new poem, so we'll see. Try it out. First time I'll hear it in my head. Anyway. But Julie was out on the dock feeding the fish, and I looked out, and it was just a beautiful picture. It was a really beautiful picture. So here's the poem. Let's see what happens. On the dock. At long last, it's 65 degrees. Warm enough in this Midwest, Lake Michigan climate to leave the sweater behind. on the chair in the entryway, walk out from the wearying wait for a break in this passive-aggressive climate. It's my wife who has left me sitting on the porch overlooking the pond we've watched let go of its ice into the mystery of change. We have seen a fish, its slow weave leaving a miniature wake. My wife says, "I'm going to the dock," and takes the tub of food she's filled, hopes will bring the bass and bluegill to the surface for the first time since the chill of late October, when they felt what we call lower than 50. It's late April. This morning a turtle rose from the muck, paddled head in air, shell below, letting us set aside the numbing paradox of words and read the less known language of the other. My wife walks to the dock, and I know her skin is listening to the trees, water, sunlight, rising plants, clouds, and birds flying silent branch to feeder. I watch her toss the food. I watch the water shiver, largemouth bass, bluegill, and I'm pretty sure trout. They all came to what I tossed, she says, sparkles, smiles, then sits back down. Today the air will wrap itself around us, and the fish, the turtles, muck, and trees will know. Oh, thanks for being with me and us. You take care. Try to be cheerful. Be kind. Vivi's nose.